Spain's Economy Minister Luis de Guindos will meet investors in London today to try and drum up support for the country's bad bank. Speaking yesterday in Parliament, he said 55% of the banks set up for lenders to offload bad investments would be offered to private sector companies. Let's get out to Julia, who's in Madrid. Julia, we've been arguing about this around the set, as you would expect, but a lot of those distressed asset funds are here in London. There's hedge funds and vulture funds, and all be energising from the sidelines to try and get in on the action on European assets.
Of course, purportedly the capital of the world, the financial capital of the world, so you can understand why he would go there. Although I have been checking his diary too, and apparently he's in Tokyo for IMF meetings tomorrow, so perhaps he's going to try and entice some Japanese investors. But, you know, I hope he's got more information with him than we've got right now. The details are incredibly hazy. How are they going to decide what's a good asset and what's a bad asset? How are the valuations going to come in? And also, if he wants to keep or limit the involvement of the government to less than 50%, then that's going to determine how big this bad bank can be, because he's got to gauge that interest now over the next few weeks. But we're going to talk a bit more about this with my guest, Sara Pérez Frutos, who is a director at Draycon Partners. Sara, thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure.
So, do you think this bad bank can work? Because we've been talking about the valuation of assets, 30% fall in house prices so far, but I've seen examples of 70% cuts from some of the big banks. Does this big bad bank work?
With these only few lines that we have, it's impossible to know it, really. But in fact, we have discount in the property market in Spain around 50%, until the 70%, as you say. So really, if you started to say that, okay, financial investor all around the world, buy me because I have a discount of 25%, the investor will gonna wait and see. And what next? Because really it's not enough to a competitive market like this. I mean, difficult situation that the Spanish we have. But we need to know more details about really how we're going to be structure the way to work of the bad bank.
We got the stress test results suggesting that the banks here need 60 billion euros or up to 60 billion euros worth of capital. Do you think that's enough, particularly given what analysts are saying in the market, that significantly more could be needed? Is this part of the problem?
No, really, I don't think so. Because really, we are asking now to the Spanish bank more powerful than the German bank, French bank, UK banks, and also the American banks. So, okay, we have two entities, BBVA and Santander, that are international bank, global bank, very strong bank. Okay, it's enough for such a small Spanish system. We have a third entity, La Caixa, that is two very strong local bank, no problem. The rest of the system must be merged, must be reinforced, but really we don't need too much help, because now the stressors are thinking about an extremely difficult situation. So in this case, almost all the banks in Europe will be going to be broke. So really, I think it's not a question of more money for the banks, more than this 40,000 million that we are asking. That is enough.
And you talked about a continuing reduction or mergers of the banks. We've already seen significant reduction in the number of cajas. Are you saying we need to see significantly more?
Yeah, because thinking that in only 4 years ago, we have more than 50 entities for a Spanish system. It's amazing. We only made the first step of this merger, but we need to continue doing. We only need 5-6 entities, strong entities, and we're going to merge all the saving bank with the control the politician, and we need to disappear out about the system, like the American system beginning at 80s. So restructuring, reformulating the Spanish financial system.
That was Sara Pérez Frutos from Draycon Partners. Jeff, back to you.
Julia.